Hello, I'm the Binge Watcher. Today I'm going to talk about why I didn't like Solo, a Star Wars story. I did not like this film, and in one simple line I'm just going to say it because it's pointless. It is an absolute pointless movie. It doesn't have any effect on the Star Wars universe. It relies far too much on references to other things, whereas you look at the likes of Rogue One, love it or hate it, I personally loved it, it added to the Star Wars lore. It added to the world while also being its own self-contained story with its own characters and not constantly relying on references. This film, right, what I actually did like, I liked the acting. The guy who plays Han Solo was fantastic. I liked how he met Chewie, like their scenario. This is going to be littered with spoilers throughout. Han and Chewie meeting was perfect. It was easily one of the best bits of the film, and some of the action was interesting. But what I really didn't like was they threw in everything about that made Han Solo in one film. You needed to meet Chewie. So we got that one in there, and he was going to see the Falcon. I don't personally think he should have also won the Falcon in the same film. I feel like somebody should have worked towards it, around 10 years before A New Hope. I also don't think the Falcon should have taken the exact amount of damage needed to make it look like it did in the originals. I also don't think we needed to see how he got his blaster. It's like, oh, you tell me that he had the same blaster for 10 years. When we first meet Han Solo, he's a smuggler, he's a scoundrel, he's not a bad guy, but he's not the good guy, he's out for himself. Dotted throughout this film is references, oh, he's the good guy, oh, he's the hero. They might as well have said, you have a destiny. It's annoying because they're bigging him up so early on in his smuggling career that, like I said, they might as well have said, you have a destiny. When we first meet Han, he is not the hero. He becomes the hero over the course of the film and more into a leader throughout the trilogy. This film tries to give you the hint that all those things were in him all along, but it's just so in your face and it's just pointless. The big reveal as well. Alright, before I get to the big reveal actually, they can't make their mind up on the villain. They're constantly getting chased by different people every single 5 minutes, and it's just, it doesn't concentrate on anything for you to hate or fear. And then the reveal of one of the villains I think was absolutely stupid. The pirate one was stupid. It just didn't make any sense. I think you could tell that it was refilmed when Ron Howard took over, and I don't know, just it bored me as well. The film bored me so much. Right, the big reveal. See, major spoilers here. So the big bad all along has been Darth Maul. I'll admit, in the cinema when I saw the mechanical legs, when he was being all hologrammed up there, and I heard the voice that I recognised from Rebels and Clone Wars, I was like, is it? No way. I had a genuine fanboy moment of, oh my fucking god, that is Darth Maul. It died pretty quickly. There's one really stupid bit, as he pulls the hood down, we can see it's him. Basically does the whole, threatens this character that he's talking to. Force grabs his lightsaber. There's a bit of flare, lights it, spins it around, and puts it away. Is it? Alright. You might be trying to come across as intimidating here, but basically just looks like you threw that in there just in case we didn't recognise who you were. But obviously they're going to be following the Star Wars canon, so spoilers for Rebels, yeah? We know what happens to Maul. We know the fate of Maul. And I don't know if they want to tie him into the potential Obi-Wan movie, but even if they meet again, we know neither of them can die in that film. And I feel like bringing him in is just pure fan service at this point. Even though I'm one of those people that think he's one of the most underused characters. Clone Wars and Rebels has done with him what the films and the prequels should have. But I feel like it's just too late, and I don't think they're going to do him justice in the future. The Kessel Run as well was not interesting. Oh, well, we've heard about it several times throughout Star Wars, but it was just so over the top and just ridiculous, and it bored me. And that's the theme of this film, is the pacing is so bad. I was just bored. And I'd forgotten until this moment. The origin of Han Solo's name. Yeah, he isn't just called Han Solo. Why couldn't he have just been called Han Solo? When that Imperial officer goes, you're on your own. Han, Solo. He might as well have just looked directly down the camera at us. It was ridiculous. But when Han says he's like not part of any clan or any part of any family, he's known his dad. That's reference that he knew his family, so he does know what his last name is. Why couldn't his last name have just been Solo? And why would he keep it? Why would he keep the name that the Emperor gave you? Why would he keep it? Why would he keep the name that the Empire gave you that's going to be on their records? I heard that's not great for a smuggling life. And then once he joins the Empire, it skips to 3 years later. It's like, well, sure, that could have been interesting. But what really pissed me off there is we get that line that, oh, I was kicked out of the... Because he joins the academy to be a pilot. And then he goes, oh, I was kicked out of the academy for having a mind of my own. Well, show us this. You are filmmakers, you are telling us a story about Han Solo, and you'll tell me that he's been in the Empire for 3 years. We're introduced to him on a battle zone, so has he done bad things for the Empire? Would that not add a bit more depth to his character? If he's thrown out of the academy for having a mind of his own, show us that. Don't just tell us in a bit of throwaway dialogue. It's pointless. In fact, they could have made the whole film just that, him being in the Empire for 3 years and getting away. And then they could have set up for an amazing sequel. That, I think, would have justified this film a bit more. And you can understand why he's went to the life of a smuggler, why he tries to avoid the Empire, because they know who he is. I understand that people like this film. A lot of my friends like it, and I've argued about it with them. It's called Arguments Within This Household. It is my least favourite Star Wars film. That's right. Right at the bottom. Solo, A Star Wars Story. The prequels get a lot of shit. They deserve a lot of shit in many ways, but when I was a kid and I first watched them, I enjoyed them. As I've grown up, I realised the problems they have. But I can still watch them and enjoy them. Even going back to the Phantom Menace, the pod racing, Jewels of Fate. It has moments in it which are incredible. Now that the prequels have aged a bit, they have that nostalgia feel and they're still rewatchable. I don't think I'll ever watch Solo again. There's other things I could bitch about in this film, but they're the main ones that have annoyed me and worry me for the future of Star Wars, because currently the market is so oversaturated. So bear in mind, before Disney bought over and brought films out, we had 2 trilogies. And they were years apart, and each film was like 3 years apart. We are not used to getting this many Star Wars films in this close proximity. I feel like I would not mind waiting 2 years in between Star Wars films right now. But we only got Last Jedi in December. This is way too soon for us to get a new Star Wars film. Why didn't they just bring it out in December? Considering Episode 9 isn't coming out until next December. This doesn't make any sense. And I think evidence of that oversaturation is the fact that everyone was expecting Deadpool 2 to take a hit, having Avengers on one side and Star Wars on the other. But it didn't. If anything, it got more popular. When have other films not been scared to be released around the same time as a Star Wars movie? That's fine. Drop a comment below what you thought of Solo, and is there things that I've missed that really annoyed you, or things that you think saved it? So thanks for watching, guys. I feel like I've rambled a lot more than I usually do. So I will see you guys later.